What do you mean? Like,
Like
what?
when you're out about it.
Well, I'm what you would call a prophetess. In the Bible, there are people like me, like Deborah and Anna, that could see just like any other man. You understand? Okay, yeah. I was like, why? Like, why you showing me this in Chicago? You know, I don't want to see this. I was only 20 something years old. You know, when all this stuff started really happening, I didn't want to see it. And what it is, he don't let you ask questions because that's not what you're there to do. You're there to prophesy what's getting ready to come, and that's it. I have no control over it. I mean, yeah, I was there in the spirit, and I was like, you know, why you? I don't want to see this, but he was like, you're gonna see it. You know what I mean? So you can't dictate. Remember, I told you I've been running from it since I was 13. Didn't want to do it because the Bible says that we all have sinned. I'm a sinner, just like anybody else. Didn't want to see it at all. But see, in the book of Chronicles, it states that Gad is a seer. My forefathers, the so-called Native Americans, they could see just like I could see. But then they went all pagan with it, you know, evil with it. And that's the reason he let Columbus come over here and slaughtered the mess out of us for that. And then he brought my brothers, the tribe of Judah, so-called Negroes, the Haitians, the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Seminole Indians, the Colombians. We're worldwide. Brought them over. Well, actually Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Excuse me, Jamestown, Virginia. And then we were enslaved together. That's Jeremiah, the 50th chapter. So yeah, I ask questions, but it's not my job. I'm just flesh and blood. I just have a job to do. And so I do it. And I don't care who listens. Because guess what? I'm not going to hell for nobody. I've been to hell and back too. You understand?
So when you went there, what was he showing you?
Hell?
Mm-hmm.
I was going through something, and I asked him, you know, nobody was there for me because I'll give you the shirt off my back. That's the type of person I am. So I said, you know, I'm going to hell anyway. So that night he said, the Bible says the power of life and death is in the tongue. So he's listening. And his son is listening. The spirit is listening. By the way, she's feminine too. Father, Son, and Spirit. And he said, okay, you said that? I'm going to take you to hell and I'm going to show you. So when I got there, I was falling back on all four. I went to Columbus State. I was going to Columbus State University there. I'll never forget it because I had class the next day. And I was in my pajamas. And these spirits, they were shadows and they had yellow eyes. And they came and they was tearing my flesh. And I was screaming like, but I couldn't open my mouth. So out of the pitch black darkness, he appeared. Christ, the one they call Christ. And all the burning ceased. And all that, and all the demons went away. But it was hot as I don't know what. So I questioned my purpose. Then he told me my purpose. And then the next morning, when I returned back from the spirit realm, I was still hot. And I was saturated and soaking wet from being in hell. That's how hot it was. And 20-something years old, still didn't want to hear. So, you know, he kept coming back. And so I got beat down. The Bible, you know, the Bible speaks of beat downs in the book of Ezekiel. You understand that? So, for not doing what I was been called to do. And now I'm stepping up to it. I've been doing this. Been since I was 13, but been prophesying this, what I'm doing more, for about 10 years now. He's just now revealing me to the people. You understand? And then when he showed me, revealing me to the people, that means he's told me time has run out. He showed me a big clock in the sky, a clock in heaven, and a clock down here. And it had stopped. There's no more time there. You been baptized? You need to get to the water. Okay?
I was going to wait because they said once you get baptized, it's like you start.
It is.
And I wanted to wait until I got older.
Well, you asked the most high for that, but the time is taken for you to get to the water.
Is it possible to get baptized twice?
Yes, it is.
Would that be bad?
No. But remember, the one that called God, his name is Ahiah, and his son's name is Yeshaya. So if you want to get baptized and do it in their name, that's fine. But remember, as long as they ask you, you recognize the Father, Son, and the Spirit, the Most High knew that we would be speaking a different language. That's in the Bible too. So a lot of people are upset if they got baptized under Christ or Jesus and God. I did, but he knew that already. That's Isaiah, he said, with a stammering lip and tongue, he would speak to this people, and that means in another language. So, if you want to do it back over just to make conscious wise, you can. What about you? Was that it?
I got more questions.
Okay.
So, when you pray
Mhm.
and you ask me questions, why don't you ever answer?
The Bible states that time and chance happens to them all. He said that he will not hear the prayers of the sinners. So if you got some type of wedge in your life that's keeping him from hearing your prayer, you eat pork? Fried lobster.
Yeah.
Leviticus the 11th chapter tells us we can't eat those things as Hebrew. You see that? You see what I'm saying? See, it's always something there. But he said, you know, he give an account on what you know. He's not holding you accountable, but that something like that will separate you from him hearing. You understand? Because there's certain things we can eat, certain things we can dress. I mean, we can wear or celebrate. The reason why I'm dressed like this, the Book of Judges states that you got to practice the righteous act. So that's one reason you celebrate Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, all that stuff is pagan. It requires child sacrifice. You ever get a text message during Christmas, Thanksgiving, or one of those things, a child is missing? Because it requires a blood sacrifice, a child to be killed. So stuff like that can separate you from the Most High hearing your prayers. And remember, you cannot have access to what they call God, a higher, unless you go through his son first. People think they can just jump right, not you. Go straight to God when they call God, but you can't. He the one that gave up his life. You understand? Because Ahia said, you know what? You go down there. I'm not doing it. He had hung it up. And see, I had a sit down with the one that called God, Ahia. He said he saved Noah. You have to understand, he wiped the whole earth clean except for 8 people. So, you really don't want to deal with God himself. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I mean, that's how I feel sometimes. Let me go straight to your son. Let me talk to him for a little bit. And that's the way it should be anyway. But he was through. But he was overjoyed when he was talking to me. He's happy to have us back as a people. As long as we do what he say do. Give you anything. I mean, we'll give you anything. As long as you do what he say do. But I'm talking about the word of the Most High. I know. I'm trying to get her questions and I'm gonna leave. And you know what's the question?
Thank you.
I always do this before I leave. No problem. What city did I say they're gonna drop bombs on first?
Chicago.
What's the last place standing?
Virginia.
Oh, you got it. Okay. Look me up on YouTube. I'm there. I've gained them numerous amount of followings, okay? But like I said, they got a problem with me because he chose a female this time. But we have to understand that Christ had how many disciples? 12. 2 of them set him up, didn't he? Judas, one for silver, and Peter denied him. And see, I got a problem with them selling with money. I got a problem with that because Christ got betrayed for money. You understand? Or mooning. That's where they get the term money from, the moon. That's why it's silver. Okay? So I got a problem. They got a problem with me, but I really don't care because I'm gonna execute what I've been called to do. All right? So bless you all. What's your name? Jemiah. Oh. Nevaeh. Janavia. Okay, so I'm going to say a prayer that the Most High give the increase for you. Okay? Don't forget to look that up on YouTube. You'll find all the information is there free that you need to know to get back to your heritage.
I was just going to say, what is it called?
Look up GOCC on YouTube. About to be out of here now. So they can play in peace. GOCC. That's a Gospel Christ Church. And then you type in Gocc Prophesy. And I pop straight up. I should be popping up with theirs too.